Welcome to Lesson 2. Good morning, class. How are you today? Do you know who brings goods to the market arena? Have you sold goods before? How do you get goods? This brings to our topic today, which is supply. The concept of supply is the quantity of a commodity that sellers will put on the market for sale at a price and over a period of time. It is the quantity of a producer's product that will be attracted into a market by the ruling price. For example, the supply of rice is not the total volume of rice produced, but the quantity which particular prices will bring into the market. Let's look at types and supply schedule table. Types of supply are as follows: joint supply, composite supply, and competitive supply. Joint supply exists when two or more products are supplied from the same source. For example, kerosene and petrol are jointly supplied from crude oil. Composite supply is a type of supply in which a need is met through different sources. That is, two or more commodities are supplied to serve the purpose. Example, tea. A factor is said to have competitive supply when it can be used in the production of two or more commodities. Example, rice and yam compete for land. An increase in the production of rice will reduce the. Now let's discuss on supply schedule. Supply schedule is a numerical tabulation of the quantities of a commodity which a seller is willing to dispose at different prices. The schedule can be used for individuals, firms, as well as a whole economy. Look at the table of supply schedule of yams. The left-hand side is the price per unit, while the right-hand side is the quantity of yam supply. If you look at this table, when the price is 10, the quantity of yam supply. A supply schedule shows the relationship between price and the quantity that is offered for sale at a particular period of time. From the schedule, it can be seen that the higher the price, the greater the quantity of a commodity that is supplied. This tendency of a supplier to supply more at a higher. The information contained in the supply schedule can be plotted on a graph. This is done by plotting each price and the associated quantity supply on the graph. When the points are joined together, we then have a supply curve is a graphical representation of the relations between quantities supply and prices, and it has a positive slope upwards from left to right, cutting through the origin. Now let's discuss some factors affecting supply. The factors affecting supply are a change in the cost of production, change in technology, weather condition, changes in the price of other commodities, and expectations. All these items represent factors affecting demand. The one item is change in the cost of production. The second one is change in technology. The third one Alright, change in quantity supply is the increase or decrease in the quantity supplied caused by changes in the price of the commodity. Other factors held constant. Change in supply involves formation of new supply curves because the whole length of the supply curve shifts either to the right or to the left. The graph can be drawn as follows. This is the graph of change in supply. The price of a commodity is constant in this graph. If the maximum quantity of the commodity that a firm will supply is Q3, then thus different bundles of the commodity were supplied at a single price, and new supply curves are formed either to the right or left of the original curves. Alright, change in quantity supply is the increase or decrease in the quantity supplied caused by changes in the price of the commodity. Other factors held constant. Change in quantity supply does not form a new supply curve. The graph is drawn as follows. This is the graph of change in quantity supply. Price is at vertical axis, while quantity is at horizontal axis. When the price rises from 30 kobo to 40 kobo, supply is increased from 30 to 40 units. Such a change represents a movement. When the price increases from 30 kobo to 40 kobo, the quantity supplied changes from 30 kobo to 40 kobo. Thus, the changes in the price of the commodity caused movements from one point R to another T on the same curve. Now we have come to the end of lesson 2. Let's take this exercise. Define the concept of supply. Number 2. State the types of supply. Number 3. Explain the factors affecting supply.